Imagine the impossible task of replacing a six-time Pro Bowler who defines an entire decade of defensive excellence in Minnesota. The front office just signaled a massive shift that will change the secondary forever. We are talking about a strategy that goes beyond free agency, deep into the scouting reports of the future. The whispers from inside TCO Performance Center are getting louder, and it points to one specific name who could step into those legendary shoes seamlessly. This is the move every fan feared was impossible, but now the blueprint is finally coming to light. Is the heir apparent ready? Dylan Thieneman is the name currently echoing through the halls of the Minnesota Vikings facility as the primary target to secure the future of this defense. According to internal reports and insights from ESPN's Matt Miller, the Vikings front office has identified this Oregon standout as the seamless replacement for a departing legend. Despite the team staying quiet in the safety market during the initial waves of free agency, the plan is becoming crystal clear. The Vikings aren't looking for a stopgap veteran or a rotational body. They are hunting for a franchise cornerstone in the upcoming 2026 NFL draft class. Harrison Smith has been the heartbeat of this secondary for 14 seasons, making the decision to release him on March 11 a massive financial and emotional gamble. The team needed cap relief, but they also needed a vision. That vision is Thieneman, a player who has already earned a top 3 safety ranking from experts like Mel Kiper Jr. and Daniel Jeremiah. Jeremiah currently ranks him as the 17th overall prospect, noting his elite versatility and football IQ. The front office believes his ability to play multiple spots, from the box to the deep half, is the exact match for what they are losing. But here is the massive problem. Every team in the league is watching the same tape. If Thieneman is this good, the Vikings might not even have a chance to grab him at their projected slot. This creates a terrifying scenario where the team has let a legend go without a guaranteed safety net. What happens if the draft board falls the wrong way? Is there a backup plan involving a familiar face returning to Minnesota? Or are the Vikings about to walk into a defensive disaster without their captain? The stakes couldn't be higher as the draft cycle begins to heat up and the pressure on the general manager reaches a boiling point. We have uncovered details about why the team passed on every free agent safety just to wait for this one kid from Oregon, but the risks are starting to outweigh the rewards. If this gamble fails, the entire defensive structure could crumble before the new season even begins, leaving the secondary completely exposed to elite NFC North quarterbacks. Do you believe the Vikings are making a massive mistake by putting all their eggs in one draft basket, or is this the genius move needed to rebuild? This is a franchise-defining decision that could haunt the secondary for years if it misses. I need to know your thoughts right now in the comments. Are you ready to see a new era, or do you want the veteran back? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like right now to stay ahead of every Vikings roster move this offseason. Your support keeps this insider coverage coming daily. Harrison Smith has been more than just a player. He has been an extension of the coaching staff on the field for over a decade. His departure left a void that Tavierre Thomas alone cannot fill, and the front office knows it. Internal scouts are raving about Dylan Thieneman because he mimics Smith's most valuable trait: instinctive, rangy playmaking. Lance Zierlein from NFL.com describes Thieneman as a savvy 3-year starter who functions as an extension of the defensive coordinator. This is exactly what Brian Flores needs in his aggressive, high-IQ defensive system. Thieneman aligns and adjusts the secondary to motion and pre-snap shifts, a task Smith mastered over 200 games. However, the path to acquiring him is fraught with obstacles. The Vikings currently hold the 18th overall pick, and with 3 safeties projected in the top 20, the math is getting dangerous. If Caleb Downs or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren go early, the run on safeties could leave Minnesota empty-handed. This is where the internal debate gets interesting. Sources suggest the Vikings are not ruling out a potential reunion with Smith if the draft doesn't go their way. While the release was primarily about the salary cap, the door hasn't been completely slammed shut. Smith averaged over 84 tackles per season and secured 39 career interceptions. That kind of production doesn't just grow on trees, and the coaching staff is well aware of the leadership vacuum left behind. The front office is currently playing a high-stakes game of poker, hoping their scouting of the Oregon star pays off while keeping the legend on speed dial just in case. The complexity of this situation is heightened by the fact that other teams are now aware of Minnesota's fascination with Thieneman. If a rival team jumps ahead of them in the draft, the Vikings will be forced into a panic move. They are looking for a versatile chess piece who can roll down into the big nickel or play the robber position, essentially the same hybrid role that made Smith an All-Pro in 2017. The scouting department has highlighted Thienman's ability to anticipate and range over the top to find the ball, which is the cornerstone of a Flores defense. But the draft is a lottery, and relying on a prospect 2 years out is a strategy that has many inside the building feeling incredibly anxious about the immediate future. The strategic landscape for the Minnesota Vikings is shifting toward a younger, more cost-effective core, but the transition period is incredibly volatile. Head coach Kevin O'Connell and the GM are betting that elite scouting can replace veteran experience, a philosophy that is currently being tested with the safety position. The decision to not sign an external veteran in free agency indicates a total commitment to the draft and develop model. If they successfully land Thienman, they secure a decade of stability at a fraction of the cost. However, the impact on the current locker room is palpable. Replacing a leader like Harrison Smith isn't just about snap counts and interceptions. It's about the pre-snap adjustments and the confidence he instilled in the younger cornerbacks. The future of this franchise depends on whether the front office can navigate the 2026 draft board with precision. If they fail to secure a top-tier safety, the secondary will become the Achilles' heel of an otherwise improving roster. We are looking at a scenario where the Vikings might have to trade up, sacrificing even more draft capital to ensure they get their man. This aggressive approach shows the front office's belief in their internal evaluations. They see Thienman as the missing piece that allows Brian Flores to unlock the full potential of his defensive scheme. The next few months will be critical as the team monitors Thienman's final college season. Any injury or dip in performance could send the Vikings' plans into a tailspin. This is the reality of the modern NFL, balancing the books while trying to maintain a championship-caliber defense. The Vikings are currently walking a tightrope between a rebuild and a reload, and the safety position is the ultimate litmus test for their strategy. Fans should expect the team to be very active in draft conversations as they move closer to the 2026 cycle. The organization is essentially banking on the idea that they can manufacture a new legend rather than paying for an aging one. It is a bold, some might say reckless, gamble that will define the legacy of this current leadership group for years to come. Ultimately, the pursuit of Dylan Thienman represents a pivotal moment in Minnesota Vikings history. It is the bridge between the legendary era of Harrison Smith and the unknown future of the franchise. This isn't just about one player, it's about the identity of the Vikings' defense for the next 10 years. Replacing a first-team All-Pro is the hardest task in professional sports, and the front office is doing it without a safety net. The meaning of this move is clear. The Vikings are no longer satisfied with being competitive with aging stars. They want to be elite with young, versatile playmakers. For the fans, this is a period of both excitement and deep anxiety. Watching a player like Smith leave after 14 years is a reminder of how quickly things change in the NFL. But if the scouting reports are right, and Thienman is indeed the seamless replacement experts claim him to be, the Vikings could be building a secondary that dominates the NFC North for a generation. The question remains, can this front office actually pull it off when the clock is ticking on draft night? Or will they regret letting the hitman walk away without a proven plan in place? This story is far from over, and the ripple effects will be felt in every game this coming season. We will be here to track every update, every rumor, and every move the Vikings make as they hunt for their next superstar. If you want to stay in the loop and never miss a beat on your Vikings, you have to be part of this community. Don't leave without hitting the subscribe button and ringing that notification bell. Your engagement helps us bring you these exclusive insights from inside the building. Give this video a like if you believe in the new direction of the team. We are just getting started with this off-season coverage. What is your final grade for this front office's strategy so far? Let us know below and stay tuned for the next breaking update from the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings!